My name is Jordan. I'm here at the Old 100 Mine in Silverton, Colorado, almost 2 miles above sea level, and this is the chemistry question. We hear about wildfires all the time on the news. This summer we had 19 firefighters killed in Arizona. Fires caused a lot of damage in California. And in my city, we lost 500 homes to a wildfire as well this year, on top of roughly 350 that we lost last year. And it's tragic, and I think everyone realizes that. But what I want to talk about today, what I need everyone to understand, is that the fire does not end when it is contained. First of all, contained just means that they have a perimeter built around it and it cannot grow anymore, theoretically. I've also seen fires jump containment lines quite a bit. So that's one thing. Out is a completely different story from contained. Fires will still burn and smolder for quite a while after they're contained. And I've experienced this firsthand a couple times in the last year. So there's that. Then, if a fire comes into your neighborhood and burns down houses, there will be a lot of houses that survive. Firefighters are very good, and in the fire we had last year and the one we had this year, over 80% of houses made it. But you are evacuated from that area, and it can take you 2 or 3 days, if not longer, before you know if your house is safe or not. Then, even once you know that, for us it took another week before they even let us in for a short time period to look at the house. And then we had to leave again. Then a week later we were finally allowed back in. So you're back in your house, you think, okay, everything's good. Well, no. Then you have to deal with smoke damage, other things, and all the repairs from that. So that's another several weeks to several months, depending on how good your restoration company is. Ours sucked, so it took a really long time, and how good your insurance is. So you have all that. If your house is destroyed, before you can even think about rebuilding, you have to clear everything out. You face a bunch of fines from the city if you don't clean up the area fast enough, and then there's working with insurance and with builders to rebuild. What we've seen here in the city is it takes forever for these homes to be rebuilt, just because every contractor, every architect, all construction companies in the city are absolutely overwhelmed. We didn't lose our house, but we have a deck that needs to be repaired. And we've been trying to get it repaired for a year now, but we can't because all the contractors are busy rebuilding houses. So that keeps going. Then you look outside and you just see charred landscape, and that takes years, if not decades, to recover. And then that charred landscape, there's nothing left to absorb any water, and all the dirt is loose. It's not held together by roots anymore. So what we're getting now is every time it rains, and it doesn't need to rain that much, lately, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, has been enough to create these huge floods that come down and take out a good portion of the city, flood highways, kill people, and cause a bunch more damage to homes. So, yes, wildfires are horrible. What is even more horrible, and what I need everyone to understand, is the very long recovery process. I mentioned floods. There was a huge flood last Friday that killed a person, destroyed several homes, destroyed several businesses, and then Monday, there was another huge flood. Came in, destroyed some homes, destroyed some businesses, killed another person, and then we have had little floods, flash flood warnings, emergency sirens go off Tuesday and Wednesday. And it's become this thing every day where we're just in a summer monsoon season, and every day we get, a quarter of an inch of rain, but it's enough now to wash down into the city and cause a bunch of damage. Because there's nothing in its way anymore. There's nothing to absorb it into the soil, and now we just have really a bunch of loose topsoil that comes down, causes huge mudslides, and it's really horrible. It is absolutely horrible for me to watch this every day. So, I just want people to realize there's a lot more that you don't know about until you experience it, and that no one will tell you about. So, that's why I want us to do what we can to prevent climate change as much as we can, and to prepare so we're ready for these kind of scenarios, because they will happen.